All right, then IP moving on to the second stage here at IEM Cologne. Congratulations, Snappi. Yeah, first of all, 3 max game. Twice you guys are down 2-7, and then you pull it back. Tell me about it. Tell me about the nuke and then those 2 comebacks. How did you guys make it happen?
I think obviously some very bad starts today, but I think it also shows that we are a strong team, that we are able to pull it back and still win. I would say semi-convincingly. I think we definitely didn't play our best CS today, but I think the Dust 2 T side, which is something we've been working on, it showed that we can be strong there, and we kept our cool, and we made the comeback.
And your new boy xKacpersky is also showing a lot. That 2-7 round on nuke, then I think 8-8 there was another one where he makes all the difference, and he's like clearly showing his worth already. Tell me about it. Tell me about him in general. He's a very aggressive guy, and it seems like it is complementing with your style as well.
I think he fits perfectly into my style. I think he reminds me a lot of when I got NertZ in ENCE, where I could have a playmaker that really wanted to do plays. He comes with a lot of firepower and he's not scared. And I feel like it kind of reminds me of that same trade we did back when we got NertZ in to ENCE, where we started becoming a really great team. And I think Casper kind of reminds me of that because I can use him in ways which I kind of needed.
Is that what led to this change? Tell me about the last couple of months. Obviously, after that, the stunner result, things came, got a little bit worse in terms of results. You went to some of these smaller lands with mixed success, playing online during that time. This is your first time back. So was that kind of what led to you guys thinking maybe we shouldn't get caught up and fall behind and rather make a change proactively, to make sure that you don't fall behind?
Yeah, I think we kind of knew we had to do something. When we gathered the team, we tried to get a solution that we would put actually at first Udrex in star roles, then we tried after that Aristotle in star roles. But what we kind of realized is that those 2 players are really, really skilled players, but they are maybe not fit for that, main star position where you get the space and the heroic ace and have to do the aggressive plays. So I would say it's at no fault of anyone really. We tried to look at the solutions and we tried to experiment, but in the end, I think both us and Aristotle also knew that he is just a phenomenal player, but he needs to be in his old anchor roles, and we didn't have them because we have Shush, and Shush is a really, really great anchor. So it was kind of like, in a way, a bit unfair, but he also understood because he also knew that role wasn't meant for him, and we tried everything. We tried to make it work.
So this is where xKacpersky comes in, and that's your next target for that role?
Yeah, what, sorry?
Is he the target for that role now?
Yeah, of course. I think you can already see it, right? We played Dust 2, where he has a active position. We play Ancient, where he's playing mid on an active position. We played Overpass, where he plays A, right? So I think people can kind of realize what role he's being put in.
Yeah. Tell me about why he is on loan, for now, for the time being. As far as I understand, it's not a permanent signing for now. Can you tell me about the situation a little bit more?
I can't get into those details. You're going to have to ask staff higher up.
All right, fair enough. Tell me about Cologne in general for your first kind of big opportunity to get to climb up the ranks again. Obviously, you made the first one count in Astana. You hoping to do the same here, even though it's kind of a fresh start for you guys as a team?
Yeah, I actually think the teams here are a bit easier to play against than the majority of the teams in 20 to 35. I think if you throw in teams like TNL, Ecstatic, Fnatic last season with Metis, Passion UA, I think they would blow out the teams in the 10 to 20 range, like at least 60 to 70% of the time. So I feel like now this step is actually easier, but we obviously have less chances than the other teams. Like, in a way, this is our major qualifier because you see these other teams, they will have 4 or 5 lands, and we don't have those opportunities yet because of VRS. And this is obviously where some of the issues regarding that is. It is that kind of outside of maybe the top 5, top 6 teams, the teams below are kind of protecting their points by not playing anyone. And this is how they kind of stay up. So I would say that some changes obviously needs to be made, because I think below the absolute top, in that 10 to 20 range, there isn't it's very hard to kind of break into that. And I think it's going to be even harder this season because there's going to be no qualifiers this season. As you know, Valve has pretty much blocked that up until April 2026. So I'm really happy we qualified for that Astana, because if we didn't qualify for that, we would be screwed.
Yeah. So how much pressure does that put on the team, to have a good result here? Obviously you're saying the 10 to 20 range, maybe that's easier, but now you're getting into the main stage where, all the big teams are coming in. Possibly, going into that, let's say, Vitality Falcons group could be pretty tough if you do end up going there. How do you see your chances at, another big result with such a big opportunity on your hands?
I think we have a very good chance of going very far in this tournament. I think we could even win it.